Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Stories. Today's topic.
Let's read it. I am a 21-year-old Muslim girl who, on the surface, appears to have it all, engaged and ready for the next chapter. However, a profound emptiness lingers as I find myself entangled in a complex emotional web. Last October, I met my fiance and embarked on a journey down the halal route. Yet, beneath the commitment lies a compelling connection with his best friend. Our shared dreams and interests deepen our bond beyond mere friendship. Let's just say his name is Adam. That's not the name she put in here, but I'm not going to say the real name because I know she'll email me later and tell me to delete the story. Adam, in stark contrast to my fiance, supports my career aspirations. After our nikah, I'm grappling with emotions heightened by a shared kiss during a vulnerable moment when Adam was grieving a family loss. What complicates matters further is the vivid memory I have of this first time that we met. I recall the details: his hair, the way he carried himself, his captivating smile, and what he wore, all etched into my mind, taking me by surprise. Now, standing at this crossroads, I am uncertain of the right path, especially considering Adam's reciprocated feelings. Seeking advice on navigating this intricate situation, I am reaching out for insight and perspective. Your guidance would be invaluable as I navigate through a maze of emotions that impact everyone involved. I need advice from an Islamic moral standpoint. I want to be with Adam, but how could I possibly do that without Allah and many others being displeased with me? It's impossible. Everyone's going to be upset with you. Your fiance is going to be upset with you, your family, because you don't really have a logical reason to end your engagement. But if he doesn't make you happy, it's not fair for him. So I say, and as always, I will remind everybody this is just a personal opinion. Do not do what I say if you don't feel like you shouldn't. But I say it's not fair for him. You already have all these emotions for somebody else. Let him free. Set him free. Let him go find somebody who deserves what he can offer, and you go find somebody or be with Adam. His name is really not Adam, guys. And you're going to have to work. You're definitely going to have to work on accepting the fact that you let everybody down. And just repent and hope that Adam is the one that's supposed to be for you and in your future.
I agree with some certain things the lady puts forward, like saying a lot of people are gonna be displeased with your decision to actually go with Adam. It's if you're gonna go with Adam, you're gonna hurt your family. You're gonna hurt your fiance, your fiance's parents. It's you're gonna hurt a lot of people. You're gonna even bring shame to your family too, because in things like this, you're gonna bring shame to your family. The other thing I kind of notice is that you're 21 years old, which is quite young, in my opinion, and there are chances you can make these kind of mistakes. And I kind of feel as you get older, you get to recognize the patterns for yourself. The other third thing for me is more like I don't necessarily agree with the advice. I'm gonna come across as brash and insensitive. But sometimes I kind of think it's such a. It reminds me of girly advice, like when your friends are trying to tell you when some, like when you look across the internet, something that you see that girls are saying that okay, girl, live your best life. He's all good. You don't like him, move on. No. It reminds me of the kind of advice I see across the internet. And for me, it's almost like you're chasing a carrot, you're chasing a high. And because the truth about life is you're going to encounter people, whether you're in a relationship or you're married, you're going to encounter tons of attractive people, people that you feel that you have a connection with. And when you do, what then? Because right now it feels to me like you're running away. You discovered you and this your fiance's best friend had shared things in common. I also think maybe it's because maybe you found him more attractive, but you shared things in common, and you decided behind your fiance's back you'd go console this man when this man was grieving and kissed him, And some people would say that she took advantage of him when he was grieving the loss of a family member. I don't necessarily agree because from the way it sounds, he also has reciprocal feelings for her. So he definitely fancies her. And for me, I can see her if she runs with Adam, it could still end up bad. And that's not to say that Adam may not be her future spouse, but the reason I say this is because it could be that maybe she was chasing the new euphoria. When you get into a new relationship, you feel euphoric. When you're cheating behind your significant other, there is a kind of high. There is something flowing in your veins that you feel so euphoric about it. And for me, I kind of think she may be in this kind of rat race. Maybe she gets with Adam, she could continue to search for the next high, and it could just be that continuous search for the next little, well, let's say, bouts or shots of euphoria in a relationship. Once the relationship starts to feel dull, you start to look for something to make you feel alive. But for me, that is not what relationship is all about. That's why I don't necessarily agree with the advice. But even me saying that, I don't know what's the best advice to give, because for me, I can see it being a train wreck being with Adam. I can see it being a train wreck when you tell your fiance what transpired. So I also think her running off with Adam is not necessarily the best situation for her, so, but saying that, I don't know, I'm just a person that just full of critiques. The other thing too is Adam. Sometimes I kind of feel like this is an advice to guys, especially for certain things. Especially, some guys bring their girlfriends amongst their best friends and think, I trust this guy, I trust my girl, my girl's faithful, my best friend will never do things to me. And for me, it's like, how do you know? Because feelings is not something people say, I want to have for this person. Sometimes someone you may discover that people just click and you may develop feelings for that person. Granted, me saying this like Adam. Anyway, that's for the next point. But this is something I'm just trying to say, especially for guys. The reason I'm saying this is because I've been I have been the person that's kind of like been Adam before. There was once a time when I was in A levels. I there was this friend of ours and friend of mine. He's the one of the first people that introduced anime to me. I haven't been a very good person. The thing is, this guy called Kunle introduced his girl to me at a point in time in A levels, and yeah, it was like, well, it turns out that by the time he introduced us together, I mean, because he was a friend, we discovered that we grew up in the same area, and we had some kind of things in common. And I mean, I just thought that, well, this girl, she's Kunle's girl, and there's no point in me trying to get to put myself in the midst. I didn't necessarily have feelings for her that much. I was really, really young. I was like 17, 18 at the time. And what happened was that one of these days, this girl was actually she called me at night. And because we're all in A levels, kids go to bed really late. And we were in like the boarding house, and there was the guys boarding and there was the girls boarding, which was really far apart. So this night after lectures, it was like in my room. I think it was like around 9 to 10 p.m. and I got a call. It turned out to be a girl. She said like she'd been admiring me. She was in one of these other classes, and she really, really liked me and everything. And I was like, okay. I thought it was weird, but anyway, this person called me like 2-3 nights in a row, and she told me she was in a different class from mine. I tried to figure out who this person was, but anyway, my friends and I narrowed it to some other girl, which it wasn't her. Anyway, eventually, one night she came clean and she told me she was Kunle's girl. And the thing is, anyway, I discovered that my case is slightly different because when she was doing this with me, she broke up with Kunle. And I mean, I think towards by the time I discovered who she was, she had broken up with Kunle. So after she told me who she was, I would say her name was F. Just call it Fergie. Just call her name is Fergie. And so this girl, after she just told me who she was, disclosed who she was, we met the first day alone upstairs in school. We made out, just the first person I think I ever kissed. So anyway, it still ended in a heavy ruckus for me too, because sometimes the way you get a girl is the way you lose her. That's the truth. Like, it's the same thing, and it's the same thing. I kind of think in this situation itself, it's probably gonna happen too. There's some reasons why guys may want to date their best friend's girl, basically. I'd have to disclose, in my own case, I never had the eyes for her. It was more, I guess, opportunistic. She was cute, but I was also feeling myself. I wanted to, I can't lie, I was feeling myself. I wanted to be the guy that, I mean, because I guess growing up I had some reputation about maybe sometimes some girls chased me, and I felt like when I came to the A levels, I wasn't struggling. I wasn't the best guy, but I was just kind of like, I was seen as average, and I just couldn't accept that in a way. Like, I was seen as cute, but not just like, the one that makes a girl kind of feel different, and I think indirectly I was thinking I wanted to show that, and in a way I got swept in the whole thing. I started to develop feelings for this person's girl or his ex-girl. um, so for me, I kind of think Adam, in his own case, one of the reasons may be he may be in a competition with his friend and think, hey, how can I get this girl? I mean, I'm better than this my friend and everything in looks. It's almost like becomes an ego thing, and I I can see maybe that's why he's playing this game, or maybe why that could be one of the reasons why he's into his friend's girl. If that is the case, if the girl is thinking being with Adam is going to end up well, it will end up in a car crash. It's going to end up badly. The other thing too is Adam genuinely finds this girl attractive. And I think if he genuinely finds this girl attractive, then sure. I mean, maybe it could last. I think those are the two reasons. But either way, I kind of feel like for Adam, if Adam even gets the girl, it's not gonna look good. I mean, for the first few while, you're gonna feel so happy, and for me, I can see the end either ways. The other thing too is like I feel sorry for the fiance, because do you know what it means when your best friend and your girl betray you? Generally, for guys, from experience, I know it takes guys about 2 years or so to get over a breakup. And sometimes, especially if the girl breaks up with you, it's excruciating when that happens. Like for you to completely clear that off your system, get that off your system. 1 to 2 years. Now, compound that with your best friend betraying you. That could like create some insecurities in that kind of person. I don't know, like this. That's why for me I feel bad, especially with Adam. The thing I think about people as they get older is that they don't realize that it gets harder to make friends. It gets harder to make friends. You're gonna lose them. It's like for Adam's friend now, and for Adam, their friendship is done. Like, how can they come back from this? How can the guy that's had Adam as a best friend trust someone in a relationship and a guy friend in the presence of his girl? I don't necessarily think. I am of the different opinion that, I mean, with your friends, you want to keep them your friends, and with your girl, you want to keep them your girl. Because where I come from, a man does not bring his wife or his girl around his best friends. They're supposed to stay separately. They don't hang out. This kind of reminds me of another story. When I was in uni, there's this friend of mine. He used to bring his girl around his best friend, and they used to hang out. They used to play games, and because he trusted his friend. And the last time, because this guy had to borrow like a couch for myself when I was in uni, and I remember wanting to take the couch back because I had more space eventually in my apartment. And because the first time he came to get the couch, he brought his girl. The time I was coming to get his girl was no longer around, and I kind of asked him why, and he said like, yeah, his girl and his friend were messing around in their own apartment. This guy will come when he's not around. They'll play games and mess around. In a way, so for me, I've never felt comfortable. It's not an insecurity thing. It's just because I've done it to other people. Even I don't try to get close to my friends' girls because of that too. I mean, And also because I have known cases when I know in the past, not with my current friends, but in the past, where some of their girls have given me hints. Like some people introduce me to their girl, like, and I can tell already, and I just feel like I don't want to put myself in that kind of mess. So I try to stay away, and I generally think I feel like it's okay for you to trust both your friends and your best friends and your girl, but or your partner, but I also feel there's supposed to be a line, and they shouldn't be talking. I mean, how come this guy's girl got into the vicinity where she's consoling this guy's best friend alone that he even had to kiss? So anyway, long story short, I kind of feel like Adam fucked up, and I feel like Adam, you're gonna lose a friend for life, and it's something that as you get older, it becomes very hard to make true friends. It gets really, really hard. And I also feel that sadly, I mean, maybe fairly, guys don't necessarily trust other men that have done things like that around them, their girl. It's just the reality. And in as much as men value loyalty in when dealing with their partners, men also value loyalty amongst themselves and their friends. So if usually another guy hears that kind of story from another dude about Adam, they would just feel like, man, this guy's a snake. I don't want to be around him. I don't want him to be my friend. I don't want him in my friend circles. Those are the kind of things that can happen. Anyway, that's it from me. This was a long one. But yeah, that's it.